So real quick, I know that went long. So I apologize for that. It was 17 minutes and 40-ish seconds, give or take. So I apologize for that in advance. Hope you guys are willing to listen to it. Maybe I'm just rambling and need to get better at being more concise. But with that said, it's a long video, but thanks for tuning in. All right, what is up, you wonderful people of the interwebs? Just gonna make a video here talking about a few things that are interesting to me. So I think I'm gonna title this Failure, Faith, and Fitness, kind of how all those things are combining in my life right now. So yeah, first off, just woke up from a nap. It's still pretty chilly in the apartment. I don't know, it was about 1 degree when I left work this morning, so, and actually, Alexa, what is the temperature?
Right now in Denver, it's 10 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Today's forecast has still flurries, with a high of 18 degrees and a low of 4 degrees.
So I don't know if you heard that, but Alexa's telling me that it's 10 degrees, which is 10 times colder, or I'm sorry, 10 times warmer than it was when I left work this morning. So that's always cool. So we'll start off by failure. I was, and it's been rough too, because I had that upper respiratory head cold that, it seems like people are either getting the flu, which thankfully I did not get, or this cold that I did end up getting. And Friday was the day I was going to find out if I got into nursing school at CU, down at the Anschutz campus. And I was laying on the couch right here, really not feeling well, dozing in and out. I went to work, hadn't slept well, just a rough couple days, and then my phone buzzes right as I start to doze off, and sure enough, that's exactly what it was, is the email, and they said that they didn't select me this time around, which is a pretty hard pill to swallow. I genuinely thought I was getting in. For the first time probably in my life, I started to believe in myself, and it was a hard blow. I worked cumulatively probably 100 hours on that stupid application and spent around $150 between the fees and the transcripts, and it's been an ongoing process since about August of last year. So it's been a long process, and I made it to the interview, which was, cut down the applicants in half, and then I cut it down in half from there, and I didn't make the cut, which it was a hard blow. And for me, I don't know, I just came to this realization yesterday that the fact that I was starting to believe in myself, and then for that to pretty much be all stripped away just because I didn't get into nursing school, tells me that I was not genuinely believing in myself, but believing in myself when it was tied to an outcome, if that makes sense. So if I was believing in myself genuinely, and this is something I'm attentive to now and trying to pay attention to, if I was doing that genuinely, then it wouldn't matter if I get into nursing school or not. I would be okay. And that blow really, really hit hard. And so clearly, I was believing in myself, but it was tied to an outcome, which isn't what I want. It's not genuine. It's superficial and materialistic. So that's something I'm definitely working on. So this just kind of got me thinking about failure, and who knows, there are hundreds of reasons why I may not have gotten in. I did really well on part of the interview process, bombed part of the interview process. There are parts of my application that when I went back and read it, when I thought it was great, not as great as I would have liked. A lot of the people I was competing against to get in had master's degrees and 4.0 prerequisite GPAs when mine was like a 3.3. So it's not something that I know why yet. They don't give a clear answer, so what I have to do is, and this is per their request, but I have to wait till March to reach out to them, and then they said that they're more than welcome to come, or to have me come, sit down, go over the application, figure out where I went wrong, and do better next year. So I think that's the plan, but it sucks knowing that everything's pushed out. So, this whole concept of failure, at least for me, and this is what I've been learning, this is not how I'm wired internally, but failure is something to be embraced. It's not something to be scared of. It's not something to drive you out of fear. And that's what it's done for me the majority of my life. The fear of failure, not trying things because I was worried about not succeeding. The fear of failure in that I look like an idiot, kind of like making a YouTube video, which is why I kind of enjoy doing this, even though nobody watches it, is it pushes myself because I still get that little fight or flight response before I start talking, which is ridiculous. But that fear of failure has driven me to just be passive, to really not do my best in a lot of situations because I'm so paranoid that if the what ifs if I fail, and failure is something to be embraced. I really am inspired by Navy SEALs and look up to a lot of members of their community, and one of the things that they preach time and time again is fail in the open for everybody to see, which doesn't mean that you're okay with failure, but it means that you're, and it's kind of hard to explain, but you're used to it in the sense that it drives you forward to do better next time. You're not accepting failure, and you're not okay with failure, but you want to fail in the open for everybody to see, so that way it takes all the fear out of the failure, because you can just move on past it and find what's new. So that's what I'm trying to do with this situation. I'm trying to just embrace it, realize that I'm almost 25, so plenty of my life ahead of me. Delaying things 1 year, and this is kind of where the faith gets tied into this a little bit. Maybe it wasn't the right time. Everybody says, God's plan, not mine, or on God's time, not mine, and maybe that's all this is maybe next year we'll be more financially capable to handle it. Maybe we'll live closer. Maybe I'll be more mature and ready to handle the stresses. I don't know what it is, but I'm trying to accept that. Whatever it is, I'm trying to accept it. And just embrace the failure of not getting in to make me work harder going forward, to push me to figure out where I went wrong on the application process, and to really put myself out there without holding back next time. And so I'm trying to process through that. It's still fresh. Thankfully, I do have a good job at the hospital. I really enjoy what I do. I do 4 different things. So this week I'm working. I just worked overnight, so I got off at 7:15, working EKG. Tomorrow, starting at 7 in the morning, I work as an exercise physiologist with cardiac rehab patients. Thursday morning, starting at 5:45, I work the front desk, which I'm not a huge fan of, but gets me hours, and I'm able to help out, so I'm all good with it. Friday, I work cardiac rehab again, and then Saturday, I'm on call for doing stress tests. So at the hospital, I am learning a ton, and I've been able to just continue learning. I just finished the online portion of the ACLS certification. I'm hoping tomorrow or Friday to go down and finish the hands-on portion so that I'm ACLS certified. There's just been a ton of opportunities that just keep opening up, and that's exciting because I've only been there since last June, and these opportunities are being placed in front of me. So it's not going to hurt to work there for another year and a half before potentially going down to not working as much and getting into school. So yeah, and the whole faith thing really ties into this failure. I'm trying to see myself the way God sees me, to see myself as somebody who, in the end, I'll be taken care of, that He is guiding me, that I don't need to stress out so incredibly much over every little detail of my life, that I just need to work my butt off, take the opportunities that are given to me, and trust Him for the rest. I try to read my Bible every day and do some journaling and all of that, and today, I don't know, I've never really just read the Bible straight through, and that's kind of what I decided to do about a week and a half ago, and I'm midway through Exodus, and Exodus 15:13, I believe. Just before opening my Bible, I had prayed, show me something, tell me something, and I feel like He did. This is right after God rescued the Israelites from the hands of the Egyptians, and they just crossed over the Red Sea, and I didn't even know this was in the Bible, but it's the Song of Moses, and it goes on for a while, but it's a song that the Israelites sang praising the Lord for His strength and all of that after He saved them from the Egyptians. And 15:13 says, "You have led in your steadfast love the people whom you have redeemed. You have guided them by the strength to your holy abode." So that really hit home. I am being guided. I have to take a step back and not control that, but I am being guided. So it's time to embrace that, embrace the journey, be happy about the journey, embrace the suck. This failure is temporary, and it's just going to drive me to get better. And so and then to tie in fitness to this, it's kind of, I don't know, I have more free time now that I'm not going to be getting into school, and I need to find a second job, and I don't know if that's working at Chipotle, because they have one heck of a tuition reimbursement program. If I started in June, if I got into school next June, they'd cover $5,270 something, like $100, so $5,270 something, I want to say, in tuition with each year. So that would save, $10,000, almost $10,500, over $10,500 per, for the 2 years of nursing school. So maybe that's what I do. But I've always loved fitness. I've always enjoyed, working out, training with my team, all kinds of stuff. That's what in part drove me to get a degree in health and exercise science and a sports medicine concentration. So I'm toying around with the idea of getting CSCS certified, which is Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist. That's, it's a pretty good certification that you can go and train local teams, and I think it'd be a blast to train a hockey team, kind of like what I had when I was 14, 15 years old, trying to improve and get stronger, and I think it'd be a blast to get certified and train a team like that. The only thing is that's a lot of effort for a temporary job that I would have to just drop off and let go of after I get into nursing school next year, which is my goal. Which it's hard because I would love to do that. Maybe instead of doing a certification like that and working to get such a big time commitment, maybe I just go the CPT route, the Certified Personal Trainer. Not quite the population of people that I'd like to work with, but I want to find a way to get into the fitness industry somehow because it's a big part of my life. I love it. It helps keep me sane, and yeah, I appreciate just the honor and the ability to get to go work out, to still get to play hockey, to push my body to the limits that, I've always, growing up playing hockey, I can push my body to the extreme limits. Not quite sure how to do that academically yet. So, which I worked my butt off in school, did well, but there's another level I could get to academically if I can learn how to push myself as far as I do physically. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way to get into the fitness industry, and maybe it is something as simple as just working out at working at a local gym as a personal trainer, working with people who want to lose weight. That's not exactly what I have envisioned, but maybe it's a start. And I don't know, it'd be fun to build up kind of a side business with clientele, for myself. But I don't know, there's a lot up in the air right now, and we'll see where it goes. But I just wanted to come and talk and put myself out there and really just embrace the fear of talking in front of the camera again, explaining my fears, being open about sharing my faith, because nobody watches this, but you never know. It's the internet. Once you put it up there, it's there. But yeah, so I appreciate whoever's watching this for taking their time, and wish you all the best of luck with all your endeavors. And it's a setback, but it's one to be embraced and to learn from and move forward and become stronger for it, rather than letting it crush me, which it would have done in the past. So I think I'm moving in the right direction, but like that scripture, he's guiding me, and I need to be open and willing for that to happen. So I need to let go of the control a bit and just kind of be open to whatever's out there. So yeah, with that, I am going to snag a little food. I'm going to go work out for the first time in a week since I got sick and have worked overnights. And I think actually it might be exactly a week. So probably hit some chest, supersetted with back today. Really like to get on a schedule where I could work out 5 times a week, but 3 is probably more realistic with my schedule. So we'll see. But yeah, thanks again and take care.